In tonight's WGN Investigates, exactly where the Chicago Police Department got the guns they claim to have taken off the streets.
Superintendent David Brown may be saying one thing, but some community leaders think his numbers don't add up. WGN's Lourdes Duarte has more on why the numbers play a key role in keeping Chicago safe.
Well, it's true that gun recoveries are up in Chicago over the course of the last few years. In fact, Superintendent David Brown has highlighted efforts time and time again. Last year, he said Chicago officers recovered more than 12,000 illegal guns. The problem is some of the department's math doesn't always add up.
Gun violence is killing our children in Chicago.
I know of 2 young people that have been shot in the last 20 hours.
At St. Sabina Church, they're proud of the work they've done.
A other young person brought in another young person to turn his gun in.
Last year, they started a gun buyback program offering $100 to $200 for every gun that's turned in. So far, they've doled out about $50,000.
To my surprise, we had people consistently coming in. This is over the last week or two of guns that come in.
Stop right now! Hey, show me your hand. Stop it! Stop it!
After headlines over the death of 13-year-old Adam Toledo, someone offered up the money to try and ease Chicago's gun problem.
We are simply awash in illegal guns, flowing over our borders from neighboring cities and states.
In 10 months, St. Sabina has received about a gun a day. And although Pfleger speaks highly of the church's relationship with police in the 6th District, he's not saying the same about CPD's leadership.
In my district and my commander, it's a great relationship. From the moment we talked about doing this, after the man donated the money, we reached out to headquarters at 35th Street. We've never received any response back from them. We've never received one comment from them. Never said, hey, you've gotten hundreds of guns off the street. We're grateful, we're thankful, nothing.
Superintendent Brown may not be talking much with Pfleger, but he has talked a lot about gun recoveries.
So far this year, the Chicago Police Department and its officers have seized 9,000 illegally possessed firearms. 11,182 guns that were illegally possessed. Chicago police officers took more than 12,034 guns.
But the superintendent's numbers don't necessarily add up or break down those numbers. WGN Investigates obtained data from the department that show the number of guns taken off the street by Chicago officers is actually far less than what Brown has said. Chicago cops recovered 8,854 guns between January and November of 2021. The other 3,000 plus guns came from gun buyback and turn-in events like the one at St. Sabina and other meets. Though Brown didn't make that distinction while he touted the CPD's gun recovery efforts. But the data shows one other factor that can make a difference. There were more than 500 instances where a gun was recovered, but it wasn't clear from where. UIC Professor Mark Buslick, a retired CPD commander, weighed in on the role a gun's documented background can play.
The paperwork helps us because it ties a recovered firearm to a shooter, to someone who may have simply been illegally possessing that firearm.
The paperwork is important, but record keeping is an issue that CPD has battled before. In 2020 and 2021, the Inspector General found the department failed to identify and produce records. It went on to say those failures may result in legal and financial liability.
The paperwork is intimately tied to that gun. Getting a gun and taking it into the police station is only the first step.
Back at St. Sabina, while there's never been any mention of the guns recovered there, Father Pfleger knows their efforts are making a difference, even when the math doesn't necessarily add up.
It's sad. It's sad because if we're going to all work on this and partner with this together, I would think that anything that helps get a gun off the street, anything that helps intervene in a young person's life and help them, it's all hands in.
And Father Pfleger's gun buyback program also offers career and housing assistance. He hopes people continue to fund these types of projects, which is why it's important, he says, that organizations and the community know what a difference they're making. I'm Lourdes Duarte, WGN Investigates.
So in a statement to WGN, the CPD wrote, the majority of these guns are recovered by the men and women of the Chicago Police Department at great personal risk, and each gun recovered, no matter how, is a potential life saved.